What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Ance back again, and today we're talking about this brand new collection that's coming to MLB The Show 21 on Friday when Team Affinity 4 drops. If you haven't heard, if you didn't see the calendar update yesterday, we are getting a brand new Legends and Flashbacks collection coming to MLB The Show 21 tomorrow. It's going to be revealed on the SDS live stream that goes live tomorrow at 11:30 Pacific time. And I got a feeling this card is going to be absolutely insane. We're getting to that point of the year where these drops are nutty. We're talking Mickey Mantle, King Griffey Jr., Hank Aaron, Willie Mays status level of collection and reward for this. But within that, you're going to need quite a bit. In my opinion, we saw how hard Mookie was to get, especially out the gate. I definitely envision this card being difficult as well. But I want to go in. I want to take a look at things. I want to break some things down. Maybe look at some cards that I'm seeking out right now. And there's some other cards that I'm possibly avoiding that I could see even dropping in price in the near future, even with a potential collection coming along. Let's dive into things. Let's take a look at it. Let's make sure you're prepared for this new Legends and Flashback collection coming to MLB The Show 21. So first off here, we'll take a look at the schedule. You can see on the 10th, we have Team Affinity Season 4 Play Showdown, Conquest Maps, and more to earn 30 team bosses. We got more content, Tops Now, Future Star Player, and Headliner Pack. And then that last point there, that's the big one we're talking about, big collection. See the reveal during our Push the Button developer stream, Friday, 11:30 a.m. Pacific. Of course, during that, we're going to be following along live and watching on my own Twitch channel. You can find the link to that down in the description below. And then we're going to be streaming immediately after that as well with the TA4 drop and the collection. My plan is to be able to hopefully finish most of TA4 and get the collection done right out the gate. But I got a feeling this is going to be a beefy one. Let's head on over here now into Diamond Dynasty. Take a look at the collection tab. I want to take a look at some of these card types. Take a look at what we needed for Mookie. Maybe speculate ever so slightly what we could be needing for a possible expansion of this. So first off, coming in here with Mookie, 15 vouchers needed. I'm guessing we may need 15 again, or maybe they get rid of the Jackie and Shohei requirement, because if you have those, you've already used those to get you towards Mo and Mookie. They may get rid of those two, and they may just have 13 vouchers available. And I could see that. I could see 13 vouchers available, and you need all 13 of them to collect this card, whatever the new card is that comes out. Honestly, I'm going to go ahead and speculate out the gate. I don't speculate a lot, but I'm going to speculate a Hank Aaron or maybe a Tatis. Maybe one of those two is kind of what I'm speculating with. When we come in here and we look at some of these card types, obviously we needed 25 milestones for Mookie, and that was just about every milestone in the game at the time. So currently there are 44 milestones in the game. Now based off that, I would think maybe you need about 40 of these or so. You can miss a handful, but we are getting 30 to 60 new cards coming Friday as well. The reason I say 30 to 60 is because there's been some speculation about Team Affinity returning to the henchman style that we had with Team Affinity 1 and 2, where we had the bosses for each team. You had 30 of those, and then you had a choice pack earlier on with another card for each team as well that was slightly lower overall. With how many legends we've seen so far revealed for Team Affinity 4, and with none of those reveals being future stars, I could possibly see each card getting a future star and a legend in Team Affinity 4, or maybe some mix of that. Maybe some teams get multiple legends as well. Either way, we're getting 30. At minimum, we're getting 30 new cards added to the game. So while there may only be 44 headliners now come Friday, that number is probably going to be 50, if not higher than that. I don't think they're going to make you require everything, but it could easily be 45, maybe even higher, depending on how many we get from that TA4 path. And honestly, if y'all remember last time, these milestones were one of the toughest ones. A lot of these are not easy at all to get your hands on. Some of these are very, very difficult. Moving on over into the second half heroes. Another one that can be a little tricky, especially as some of these that you can be missing out on, like a John Schmaltz, 61,000. Mike Schmidt and Allroot are around 60K as well. And you got Stanton, who's pushing 200K right now as a 12-0 guy. We needed 20 of these for Mookie. And honestly, they haven't released many more second halves since that time, which to me says they're going to be upping the amount that you need for the voucher, but without adding in that many cards that you can actually go and get to replace those. So if you need 30, give or take, second half Euro cards, that could be very difficult, of course, unless we get some instrument within the TA path that have those. And on over the prospects, I think, I'm not going to say guarantee. I don't like to guarantee anything. But with the Mookie collection being 35, if prospects are included in this next collection, we have 41 prospects total. So I think they're going to require 40 prospects, or they just make you require 41 prospects. Now, these golds have been handed out relatively easily, but some of these diamond ones can be a little harder, a little bit more difficult to get your hands on, especially because you got guys like CJ Abrams who are actually event rewards, and they are no longer obtainable at this point. He's still pretty cheap, 20K, probably someone you don't have to buy beforehand. But if you have 20K extra lying around, as you can see, I just went and bought that CJ Abrams because in case you do need all the prospects, CJ Abrams does not stay at 20K because you can't obtain him anymore. Everyone's going to be going out and buying him. Prospects, I think, could be one of the sneakier ones. Now coming in here, looking at the prime cards. Prime cards, there are not a ton of. We only needed 12 from Mookie. There aren't a ton more in the game. Of course, we're going to be getting a solid chunk more with Team Affinity 4, but even of the ones that we've seen revealed so far, only a handful of those have been prime cards too. So prime cards, a little bit more scarce, which can make them more valuable. You can see I got all of them except for Jake McGee and that Garrett Anderson. So I'm just missing 2 of the ones I can get. I miss Zach Britton. We don't need to talk about that. So I'm only missing 2 of the ones I can actually get. I'm hopeful that that ends up being enough to go out. I did pick up Joe Morgan. These prices are climbing overall, but we take a look at Joe Morgan right now, 176. You can see that trend line up for him relatively quickly. Another random guy like this BR Matt Harvey that you can't get anymore. Take a look at his locations, up to 52K. He had gone down, starting to trend up a little bit. Definitely a lot of guys in the market are starting to climb. Random, a headliner here, Cliff Floyd. Check his price, 23K. Really rebounding. You can see his buy now had been probably south of 20K, up to 23K today. I expect that to be a trend that continues. The market is climbing very quickly. I think if you have stubs, now is a good time to come in and buy because the prices are only going to climb up and up and up. For me personally as well, I'm really targeting cards that can no longer be obtained. That's a big one. So even though this Cliff Floyd, you can obtain himself, he's relatively cheap at 20K, but somebody like Pee Wee Reese was an old event reward. You can't get him anymore. His event is gone. He's no longer obtainable, and he's 87,000 on the buy now. You can see that trend line trending upwards relatively quickly, and that's all due to him not being obtainable. So there's such a limited amount of him on the market that when people are going out to buy prime cards and they buy Pee Wee Reese, there's not many orders out there for it, and so the price really climbs up. So guys like Pee Wee Reese, we come in and take a look at awards, guys, and you have guys like David Justice, these old World Series rewards as well. Those are really solid in my opinion. DJ LeMahieu is an old event reward. Matt Wieters, old World Series reward, no longer available. Guys like Trevor Story, those 12-0 guys with the implementation of that 80-point pack, changes those a little bit. They're a little bit more obtainable, especially because we have a new BR program releasing next Tuesday. I believe we're getting a new BR program. I'm pretty sure my math is right on that. So that's going to give you another 2 cards plus the 90-point guy. So another 3 cards coming with that. You'll be able to get one of the old BR guys. Bryson Kinley should be added to that too. So I am hopefully holding off on buying like Bryson Kinley and those type of players. But you know, somebody like Asdrubal Cabrera, he's only an 89, but he's 120K stubs on the market because he can't be obtained anymore. You see the price trending up. That price is only going to trend up. We're not suddenly going to get an influx of Asdrubal Cabrera in the market. So when people need awards cards, they go to buy Asdrubal. There's only a couple on the market. We actually view them in the marketplace right now. You can actually see every single sell order available right now. And these prices are climbing on these cards you can't get. That's the key. Focus on these guys you can't get. Personally, I would be avoiding getting some of these Field of Dreams guys, maybe even some of the kitchen sink guys. I think it's highly likely that we get a Field of Dreams pack or a kitchen sink pack within each division of the Team Affinity path. And so that's going to drive the price of somebody like Lefty Grove down. We did just have that Field of Dreams pack in the Player of the Month program. We can see Lefty right now is down to 87K. Pretty significant drop from where he was at because we got that pack in the Player of the Month program, the monthly awards program. So if we get more within TA or we get a kitchen sink pack, maybe All-Star Game Home Run Derby, those are going to drop pretty significantly in price. So I'm kind of staying off of those. Again, focusing on guys that are probably likely to increase in price. Another great example, Eddie Murray, old inning boss. Can't obtain him anymore. He's 109K, has been pretty steady there. Actually a little bit low today from where he had been. His price has dropped quite a bit today for some reason. Not really sure what's causing that, but it seems like a really good price to come in and buy him. Probably due to people selling Eddie Murray with the idea of going out and getting one of the TA4 cars to replace. Another guy we see that happening with a lot, Lindor. You'd be surprised to see it. 239K is actually up a little bit from where he was. He was under 200K at one point today, solely because we've seen some pretty awesome shortstops revealed with TA4. So people are selling their Lindor to go through and probably replace him with the TA4 card. But I like Lindor, 6 series, pretty limited card type. His price is only going to be rising now that his season in ranked seasons is over. It's going to be climbing up. Of course, he's still in the pack, but with 2 new rewards, people are going to be choosing the new rewards over Lindor and JV. So we see his price crashed significantly with the news of some of the TA4 cars today, but it's going to climb up significantly again as soon as that collection becomes available. Vladdy, can't get him anymore. Even some of these older guys like a Zach Greinke, up to 64K, been climbing recently. 6 series is a tough one. I personally also chose Johnny Damon from my monthly evolution program because 6 series is tough. I'm trying to buy an Ozzie Smith right now, but I can't get an order to actually go through because that's how competitive the market is right now for getting these cards to go through. So I think with 398K, I don't love doing this, but someone has undercut the sell quite a bit on the market. So I'm just going to buy it. I don't like doing that. I'm generally not a fan, but these prices keep going up and up and up and up and up on these cards, and it's kind of tough to come in and get them. So I'm going to grab that right there, that Ozzie Smith, and now I'm feeling pretty good about my 6 series cards. Those are the main card types, obviously, that we're looking for. SIG, Award, Prime, Milestone, a little bit of second half Euros as well. Another one I do want to talk about, though, Future Stars. We know that we're getting Future Stars in Team Affinity 4. We don't know how many, but some of these Future Stars, there's not a whole lot that are relatively attainable. As you can see, 20 is what we needed for Mookie, and I have 22. I have 21. You can see every card I have is collected as part of Mookie, and then I have Wander. I only have 21 Future Stars, and I'm missing 6, 7, 8. So there's 29 Future Stars available total right now. If there's 5 Future Stars as part of TA4 and we need 30 for the voucher, that's going to create guys like Vaughn, Austin Martin, Logan Gilbert. Those are going to climb up in price. Max Meyer. We're going to see Future Stars really shoot through the roof. So there are 3 in the event right now. I plan on grinding that out. They're relatively expensive. I mean, just take a look at Jeter Downs, 89K right now. We need a lot of these for the event. Future Stars is going to be possibly a tough one. That's my sneaky dark horse collection, is the Future Stars one. Outside of that, rookie, breakout, all-star vet, those are usually pretty straightforward. We haven't had a ton of card types added to those outside of our BR silvers and golds. And you all should be stocking up on your BR silvers and golds that you're getting for free through the program or for close to quick sell value whenever the program drops. So I wouldn't be worried about any of those, but I just went through over the last 2 days. I sunk $1.5 million stubs or so into milestones, awards, primes, second halves, prospects, SIGs, and a couple Future Stars just to make sure I have everything that I need. I may also come through here and buy some of these monthly awards I don't have, like Brad Miller, even though they're expensive, along with Trevor May. If we need more awards, or if we need more monthly awards cards than I have here, maybe worth it to go through, as I have exactly 45. There's a couple more in the market that I don't have. So as if this collection expands a lot, could be a tough one as well. But overall, that's kind of what I'm working with for these collections. Again, we're targeting these guys that are no longer available, can no longer be earned in the game, as that really drives their price up. A bit of a beefy video. I know we were talking a lot, really diving into the weeds of it, but I want to make sure y'all are prepared for this collection tomorrow. I want to make sure y'all are ready to attack it out the gate, be successful, be able to obtain that card. Do know, no matter what the requirements are, it will be obtainable. We all saw how difficult Mookie was as soon as he released. It was hard. It was difficult. You need a lot of cards. It wasn't easy. This collection coming Friday is not going to be easy either, but no, it's going to get easier over time, just like Mookie did. Mookie, really, really obtainable now with the current number of cards we have in the game. This one's going to be no different, even if it may be a little more difficult out the gate. I promise you're going to be able to knock it out. You're going to be able to get that collection done. Be sure to be knocking out those team affinities tomorrow. That's going to be key. Of course, again, we will be live on Twitch, breaking down everything, going over everything as soon as it drops. You can hit the link in the description below. Before that, we also got a Discord as well, where we're going to be breaking down, talking some of the content. You got any questions, you can hit me up with that there. And of course, you can hit me up down in the comment section below. Y'all let me know who y'all are wanting to see as part of this collection coming to the game tomorrow. You enjoyed the video as always, found it helpful. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Until next time, I'll catch y'all around.